Okay, what do we have going here? This is amazing cultivation simulator. 10 minutes ago it would have been accurate to say that I've never played this before, but I fired up the tutorial, it was something. I needed to do so to unlock the regular play mode, but I'm going to go through the tutorial as well so you too can experience it. This is a dictator stream. It was invoked by Chosh Rao. I really don't know why they chose this game, and maybe I should have asked, because this is What If RimWorld but China. And RimWorld is a game that takes a lot of learning to be able to play properly. Maybe not as much as something like Dwarf Fortress, but quite a bit. I have a feeling that I'm not going to do this game justice one way or the other with the limited time we have here, but let's do our best. But first off, let's go and check out the prologue tutorial. I was thinking about just skipping straight into classic mode, but this is something that everyone should experience. Bloodius says it's not RimWorld, it's much, much worse. Well, that's not really saying much, to me at least, because I think RimWorld is fantastic. The year's coming to an end, the sect leader has gone already. No, I'm not getting into Dwarf Fortress. No way, no how. RimWorld came along and did everything it does better. Unless you go, oh, but Z levels, and I go, I don't care about Z levels.
My fellow disciple returned yesterday with yet another marvelous adventure to retell. Here now, he even found a piece of Lumina core. I'm so jealous.
And yes, that is incredibly quiet. I'm having to focus just to listen to it as well.
Yeah, I wish I knew what kind of girl he favors. By the way, if this sect leader successfully reaches the Golden Core state, our Tai sect will gain much fame.
Our sect leader is well experienced, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Look, what's going on with her? She looked really upset during dinner. Did I do something wrong?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that it's not because of you.
You can find most character info on the character panel. Stats, mood, health, etc. Mood is the most important aspect of a character as it displays his or her emotions and needs. One of the core ways of maintaining a healthy and functioning sect is to pay attention to the emotions and needs of its characters.
So it is all feeling very RimWorld already, but on top of that, what do we have here? There we go. We have their moods, just like in RimWorld. New leader slept on ground, eating uncooked food. I'm probably going to say RimWorld several dozen times in this stream, but that's what it very much looks like here.
Hey, stop worrying. Only us women can understand what another woman is thinking. If you want to...
What?
We're being attacked! Let's fight back!
No, Herman. There was no German voiceover, there's only English and Chinese. I tried Chinese and I can't make heads or tails of it.
Or middle mouse, use left click to select. Use
Zoom,
right
select,
click to
cancel,
selection.
and alt for
Roll
item
mouse
names.
wheel to zoom the camera.
What, can we pause all this?
I
No,
have
still
stayed
going.
in the core shaping state. But our sect is being invaded, and I have to risk a breakthrough to turn the tide. As I am a practitioner of the Sixth Path's reincarnation law, my breakthrough requires an environment with water. I need you to help build an ice crystal cauldron in order to change the element and feng shui here.
At my master's command. But I am still just an outer disciple. I won't be able to endure the cold near the ice crystal mine.
Take this talisman of supreme young. It will make you impervious to the cold. Please hurry.
Yes, master.
System. Characters cannot be controlled directly. Instead, most interactions are done by giving them orders. Click to function and select a target character to complete the order.
Right, so I can tell you to go and grab that.
Good. Next, you will need to mine ice crystal ore from the hills and smelt it into ice crystal bars. The furnace is next to the mine.
Yes, Master.
Collecting resources is also done by issuing orders. Different resources have different orders. For example, mine is for ores, and
Okay,
chop
that's
is
basic
for
stuff that
trees.
we've picked up long
After
ago in
the order is
RimWorld.
given,
Can tell them to
the
go in
character
mine,
will
so off you go.
automatically set the tasks according to the configurations in work and finishes.
Yes, smelt crystal ore into crystal
Function.
bars.
Game speed can be adjusted via the button in the top left corner.
Alright, so I can
or
tell you to
option.
get going really
Press
fast.
space to pause. You can still
You have obtained the ice crystal ore. Hurry up and smelt it into ice crystal bars at the furnace. As you are an outer disciple, you already know how to smelt the ore.
Yes, Master.
Producing orders need to be given at the right structure. Once the order has been set, characters will automatically move the material to said structure and complete the task.
Yes, of course. Smelt this into ice crystal bars. Well, get on with it.
Good. Now, build an ice crystal cauldron and change the elemental attribute where I practice.
Structures are the core of developing a sect. A building's attribute depends on the main material used in the construction, and its attribute also affects the surrounding environment. For example, a structure made from ice crystal bars will increase the surrounding water attribute. The 5 elements are an important part of this world. The interactions between the elements affect the entire world. Breakthrough, feng shui, artifact crafting, etc. Take structure feng shui as an example. Fire element
Oh,
buildings in a
feng
water
shui.
element environment
I thought we'd
will
escape
have
this
feng
when
shui,
I
as water
did not get the
establishes
itch to
fire.
go back to Emperor,
Fire
but no,
element
feng
buildings
shui is
in a
back.
wood element environment will have great feng shui as wood feels fire. And when performing breakthrough for a state, practicing a law of wood, an environment of metal will be difficult because metal cuts wood. If one instead does it in an environment of water, the success rate of a breakthrough will increase because water nourishes wood.
Of course. Okay, well, here's your ice crystal
Yes, Master.
cauldron,
I will
Master.
start building the cauldron right away.
Work schedule is a core strategic function in which you can establish a set of priorities for
Ah,
every item.
this is straight out of RimWorld as well.
Priorities are listed from left to right. A task
And the
with a
jobs
lower
look very
priority
similar as well.
will
Not
be
sure
done.
about Peon,
There
but
are no other
sure.
performable tasks of higher priority.
Get to work.
Top priority allows a task to take precedence over all.
Well done. Now, as all the conditions are right, I will begin my breakthrough. Please hurry up and activate the sword shield to buy us some time.
Yes, Master.
Cowards! How dare you attack us while I am in closed cultivation? Now that I've reached the Golden Core state, prepare to die. Taste my celestial sword! I have reached the Golden Core state. Our Tai sect will make an example out of these wicked souls. All disciples, heed my order. Chase down our enemies and spare no one.
Yes, Master.
Congratulations on finishing the amazing Cultivation Simulator's tutorial. Most of the game content is not available here due to time limitation, so you will have to explore the world on your own. You can access the help button by clicking the help button in the bottom right corner. Wish you the best.
Well, why don't we turn to chat? After that experience with the tutorial, who really feels fired up about getting into this game? Because we've got an hour 50 still to fill in with this, and fill it in we shall. I feel bamboozled by this opening screen. Like, it looks so good. I was like, ooh, this looks like something I want to play. And the game's just no. Anyway, that was just the tutorial. Maybe if we actually play it for real, it'll be a different experience altogether. I think I'll go back to Star Sectors as Max. Okay. We don't have a choice, do we? Well, you guys have a choice. I do not. I'm here for it. Right, just going to leave everything on classic settings. I don't have to change anything else. Toothache is the most difficult condition to cure, but that's only a rumor. Year 245 of the Tian Chang era, December, the sect, to establish itself near Mount Full Moon, was suddenly invaded... Okay. Am I just slow at reading, or what? Right, so, we're being led by the snake. And they have... Oh god, is it just a load of scalies? No, it's 2 scalies and some kind of ogre thing. And they'll be our team. I'm sure I could change that out, but I wouldn't know what to change here, so we'll just leave it be. Unless the game's going to warn me you don't have certain skills or whatever. No? Okay, well, let's go. And escape. Alright, what do we have here? I have to choose a law. One of the true elemental laws of the sect. Okay, sure. Yes. I'm not sure if any of these are doing anything. None look like it. So let's just get rid of you. I think the ogre thing is just an American. Okay. For several days, we hid during the day and traveled at night, arriving at a secluded ravine. As you were about to relax, a light of teleportation suddenly struck, showing contour of a cultivator. The sect leader and I go way back. I caught wind of Taiyi's troubles and came as soon as I could, but it was too late. Gods are kind. They've not allowed this to be the end of the sect. I've found you. Don't worry, I'll stay in isolation, protect you all. If you ever encounter difficulty, don't be shy and ask away. So this is the mysterious cultivator, but is he the amazing cultivator? I don't know. Otherwise... Whoa, okay, so we're just thrust in. Rimworld did similar things, can't really weigh it against it. Looks like we've got food resources, medical resources, wood resources, and related to practice. Stone spirits, forming pills, talisman peppers, bread and rabbit. Rabbit meat. I am really very hungry. Okay, well, there's not a lot that we can do, so let's build what we can. Like some bonfire. Sure, let's just throw a bonfire over there and see what happens. Awaiting material. Well, what does it need? Timber? Oh, we got timber right here. So surely somebody will get on it. There we go. Your haul. Oh my god, you are slow as molasses. What's your story?
You have opened the mood menu. From here, you can see the characters' varied emotions, which indicate their needs. Please pay careful attention to the characters' moods and satisfy their needs to ensure that everything goes smoothly at the sect.
Not really my forte, that, but okay. But why are you so slow? Maybe it's just a thing about being a giant scaly. Also, can we get some louder voices? They're horrible, but I want to be able to hear them. That's a no, unless talking is an SFX. I'll believe it. Mysterious cultivator. Oh, he's growing plants for me? How very nice.
You have built a production structure. Open the structure's production schedule to schedule production orders. You can set items in the production queue to recycle, etc.
There's humming in the game that sounds... I think it's in the game. Sounds like a vibrating mobile phone. That's throwing me off. Okay, we've set up a bonfire. What can we do with it? We can produce meat. so we will have meat. Looks like I can produce lots of meat. That'll hopefully make the meat that we have here, which is slowly decaying, last quite a bit longer. Meanwhile, the ogre is doing something. What are they doing? Foundation? Foundation? Wandering? Okay, can I build anything else? I'm sure our people would like a place to live. So maybe what I should do is... Oh, okay, we've got ore and stuff. Ignea, copper, ore, vein, ice crystal. Ooh, those blessed ice crystals. Aha. Is this the weeb lobby or the furry lobby? This... I'm not sure you'd call this weeb. This is... cheeb? Beats me.
You are issuing an order for batch tasks. Many orders, for example, place, haul, etc., can be issued in batch. Double-click, drag, and select or press down the Shift key to select multiple units and execute orders in batch.
I mean, I could, but I don't know what's worth doing in batch. I don't know what's worth doing in general. Well, I could look at what my people are after, right? How do you feel, Gooey Yui? You want a room, and you find the place filthy. But you're far from chaos. I assume that's like the initial optimism that you get in RimWorld. Ah, man, the 2D art in the game looked so good in the title screen, but this... Oh, this feels like 5 different companies outsourced to the lowest bidder for producing assets here. I don't want to come in here and just be so constantly negative on the game, but it's not giving me a good first impression. I'll say that much. But I do want some... smallest size of the room is 4, the largest is 400. Okay, well, let's have some room. Let's... Oh, I can't do it there because we don't know what's over there. Can I have a door? Maybe. Let's see what happens when I start building up here. It would also be nice to clear...
Players can give commands to collect resources using the commands at the bottom. Click a resource once to command a target to collect it. Drag over an area to command the target to collect the resources in that area.
Sure. Well, I want these trees cut down. Female bear there. Well, as long as they don't get too hungry for us, we should be fine. I am at... Oh, yeah, just punch that tree down. Because this is Minecraft. Maturing. Well, it's anti-maturing now. To be fair, this doesn't seem worse than Aurora Dusk. Aurora Dusk was pretty amazing. Wait, whoa, you are fast! It's just the world of opposites here. The ogre, though, is doing a whole lot of not much. Perhaps I should investigate that jobs.
Outer Disciples tasks can be arranged in the work menu. In the work menu, priority of tasks descends from left to right,
Sure.
but players can select a character and give a task special priority.
I think
Inner Disciples' behavior is not restrained by the work menu.
Our narrator here needs a pop filter, I dare say. You don't seem particularly good at these things, so it flashes up showing their skill level here. Which means that the ogre doesn't really do much at all. Well, they hunt, but I'm not so sure they really have the tools to do that. No, they don't really know how to farm. I'll get logging, because I'm probably going to need wood. Wood economy remains very important for these kinds of things. Hang on, that's just wood. Wood wall needs timber, so I must need a way to turn this wood into timber. How would I do such a thing? Is there an axe? Maybe equip that. Well, there is a wood timber axe. So maybe instead of clearing, they should be chopping. So how about I tell them to just cancel doing all that? I should tell the Speedy Gonzales guy, who I think is good at chopping things
We have
down.
opened up the health menu. In this menu, you can see characters' health status, whether they are injured, recovering, etc. Please pay careful attention to the character's health and make sure to let injured characters rest to ensure that everything goes smoothly at the sect.
What if I don't want things going smoothly? Didn't think of that,
You have
did you?
just opened the training menu. In this menu, you can see information about the character's training status. As State of Cultivation progresses, the training menu's content will change.
What was the thing
This
with
menu
you?
is available
Equip
after obtaining training methods.
axe. Equip axe. Oh, off you go. The speed of you. Alright, so instead of clearing, we'll do chopping. Ooh, water is a resource as well. I can't believe this. Oh, despite the axe, you're still just punching the tree. Can I check to make sure that you actually have that axe on you? Shikai. Coat, pants. I'm pretty sure you grabbed the axe. My god, you're slow. No, it still just popped out as wood, so are you just not using your axe or what? I apparently need proper timber instead of just using wood. So how do I get timber? Holy moly, what is this? Oh, it's looks like players can type up information and have it upvoted for what the most relevant stuff is. If it's glowing blue, you'll get spirit. That's really clever, actually. I like that. Seems rampant for abuse, but that is pretty cool. Hell, maybe Dominions 5 could consider something like that. Seems like... I wonder if I can tell them to hunt this animal as well. Although I'm not so sure we're very well equipped for taking out an entire bear. How in God's name do I get timber? Maybe I could click on the timber that I swear we had some of around here. He was caught in a trance for some reason. That doesn't sound useful. Here we go, timber. Wood, please. To make timber, build a material workplace. Thank you, Clems287. Build a material workplace. Build work material workplace. Grand. Gooey Yui is agonizingly slow there. But these two people seem to be slow in the head. Give him a thumbs up. Whoa, it hasn't worked yet. We'll wait until it works. I stared at the nearby grass, zoning out. Well, how lovely for you. Right, maybe it just instantly appears and works. Okay, produce timber as much as we can. I'm sure it'll stop being produced once we don't have the goods for it. Damn, you are speedy. Despite their despite their mood being affected by tools needed, they did their best to make timber. What kind of tools are we talking about here? Tools needed. I guess cut wood is possible using one's hands. This hurts. Too bloody bad. Keep it up. You should be grateful because we're far from the chaos. Does that mean that I should probably make you some kind of tool making thing? All I can make is meat there, and all I can make here are block. Well, I can make blocks with my bare hands. That's somewhat impressive. Timber, stonework, handicraft, well. Oh, I can make simple tools at a workplace. Well, that's good. Then we should perhaps produce a simple... What kind of tool do you need for making all this stuff? You already have an axe. Well, I'm pretty certain I gave you the axe. I'm just not seeing it on your person anymore. I mean, I'm really not seeing it here. Don't tell me I made somebody else equip it, which is quite possible. Did I give it to you? You have it, huh? Discarding. Will that throw it on the ground? Hopefully. There we go, right. Since you, Speedy Gonzales, are doing everything, you go and equip that. There. Now quit your moaning. Of course, I should probably grab myself another timber. What's needed here? Stone blocks are needed. Don't have that. Too bad. Okay, comprehension has been gained by Shi Kai. It's a clear sky, still air throughout the land. While crafting, they suddenly sensed a change and had an epiphany regarding construction. Good for you. This looks different, I'll give it that, says Zanzibar. Different, eh? Different to what? I wonder if I can tell these people to go and explore stuff. It would be good to have this mapped out a bit as I try to build something resembling a home for these people. I expected Rune Factory, says Pizza. It's not out for another 5.5 days. But I do already have it bought and preloaded. Sadly, the Nintendo Switch was having none of me and wouldn't load it up early. Ah, they were able to make a wooden door. Good. Ooh, you're getting all sorts of inspiration. Probably because you're the only one I tooled up. Sadly, this is the limit to which we can zoom in, so we don't get to admire these models up close. Right, you want to sleep, you have to sleep out there, because I haven't given you anywhere to properly sleep at. I can't make sleeping spaces, I can just make beds. Single bed, good night's sleep. Make them out of timber. How do I rotate them? Q? O? No. Was that a purity pill? I saw all sorts of pills here. To unlock the contents of the item encyclopedia, you need to discover the item in game. Cool. Alright, well, here's a bed, and you know what, you're going to be sleeping up close and personal when we eventually have something going here. Wuxia is all about taking a lot of drugs to better yourself. I do not know what you mean by wuxia. Come on, get punching you. Job well done. Good punching, take a nap. Wuxia is not the genre this is. This is Shanxi. Okay, I don't think I know anything about the Chinese, so this is all Greek to me. There's this exclamation above you as if to say you have something to tell me, but not seeing anything I can do with you here. Oh my days. No intelligence! And this is meant to be our mysterious cultivator. Big lifespan on you. How long do these other people live? We don't know about the strange snake thing. Hang on, you're a snake thing? You look like a cheetah man from here. How about you? Lifespan also unknown. And the ogre also unknown. Uh-huh. Long-lived. Very long lifespan, but we don't know how long. If you've seen the movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, that's basically wuxia. I don't think I have. And if it's anything like this, I don't think I'll be in a hurry to. What the hell is it doing? It's like it's doing morning radio workouts there. Foundation training. Yes. Of course. Well, it seems to have made them happier. It's getting nippy out. It's quite funny to me because that's a very casual way to say something. Don't worry, I'm working on getting you guys doors and walls and places to live in general. They're absorbing heavenly energy. What? Gooey Yui could do with absorbing some get faster energy. There you go. Now you have yourself a nice sweet home. Well, maybe. It does go into the rocks and that. They probably don't like that. Floorboard, no main material. Okay. Jake, I've not played this game, but if Chinese fantasy teaches me anything, it's that the older something is, the more powerful it is. Where does one learn about Chinese fantasy? Right, King Koopa here is so slow. It's really like having a single peg-legged individual in RimWorld. Meanwhile, the Cheetah Man snake thing is just going about this at blazing speed. Is he not a turtle? Well, search me what it is. The temperature is comfortable. Ooh, so they must like the cold. Because it's apparently getting a wee bit nippy. They're a turtle Yao Guai. The body is that of a turtle, moves slowly, very long lifespan, good mentality, good at self-protection as well. Just not good at moving. Very slow, good mentality, consume food and water slower as well. I can't believe how fast you're going on 1x speed here. How's a snake so fast? Are they absorbing more spiritual or heavenly energy here. I feel like you need a montage for that. Actually, I feel like life would be easier if you were also building for me, because right now the turtle's doing all of that. Then again, the turtle can do all this without moving much, so maybe it's for the better. Do I assign these beds? Assign... Well, Gooey Yui, you made it. You can sleep in it. Shikai, you can have that, and then you get that. Now everyone has a bed and will surely be happier. Right, you... Well, yes, you are doing nothing. What can you do? What are you not terrible at? I need a room. You have a room. Well, when we have walls, you'll have a room. They're good at being an artisan. They've got key sense. Magic. Magical crafting. Oh my days. Oh, right, no. I thought I was saying that these were Yu's parents. But no, thankfully not. We don't have to dig through that well. Okay, well, that threw me a wobbler. Okay, what else can be done? We still seem to have plenty of food, so at least that's not a problem, I assume. What can I make then? Would be nice to be able to work with stones for a bit. So let's enjoy ourselves one of these. See if we can advance to the Stone Age. Suddenly, while drinking, Shikai suddenly took an interest in the nearby little rock. And what are you doing with that? Right, chicken surely isn't going to be too hard for anyone to deal with if we have a hunter. Oh, there we go. Go do battle with your bare fists, ogre.
You have a character that has been injured. Refer to the health menu for more information about the injury. The speed of recovery depends on the recovery ability of the injured character, the medical ability of the healer, and the medicine used. If the injured person is not recovering after being healed, try to improve one or more of these.
Did we get help from Mysterious Cultivator there? Hard to say. What happened to you? You've been cut, cut, and cut. Well, I don't think a chicken is going to do much lasting damage to you, so I'm sure you'll be fine. Hey, there's our decaying chicken. 14 days, so I wonder if it'll be fine for 14 days. Not sure I'd eat chicken that's just been out there in the open for so long. Hey, there we go. We got something. Oh, this might not be a room because it might not. It might just continue around here and remain outside. So I think we still need a little bit more walling done. There you go. Maybe one of them should be a door in case we want to head out through that way. Needs a weapon for hunting. Well, we need some stone. This isn't Dragon Ball Z. They're actually called setbacks in Shanxia. I wasn't aware that chat was so knowledgeable about Chinese fantasy. Alright, we are lacking the timber here. We need to get chopping some more. So do get chopping some more with your bare bloody hands if you have to. It's such a difference in how fast to get them done. I guess that's tooling for you. Forming pill. Pill made by immortal cultivators can regulate the 5 ki within one's body and stimulate its potential, temporarily increasing perception. I need a bit more than a temporary increase in that, I'm afraid. Begins decaying in 48 days. This is some good bread if it lasts that long. But even more surprising is rabbit meat. Yeah, rabbit meat's good. Laying around for half a year. Then again, isn't it a bit chilly? Oh yeah, it's -2 degrees, so go figure, I guess it'll be okay there for a bit. Sleeping like a baby. Hopefully you're happy about that. Interesting. Life seems so interesting and full of happiness. But you're in a filthy environment. Well, we'll clean up here as soon as we can. But that'll be a while. Can I move this? No, but I can demolish it pretty freely. And then I can... I don't think we have our door here yet, because we haven't got the wood for it yet. We'll want a workplace and a material place, and I need to tell people to continue to produce all the timber we could ever need. I'm sure there's more sophisticated ways of doing that, but too bad. What's this blue stuff? Ah yes, grass. Blue, shiny, luminescent grass. Alright, sleep up you furry freaks. A bright new day awaits us. Frankie is saying, oh yes, Jake, we're a bunch of nerds and otaku who really like to read manga. I haven't read manga in quite a while now. Manga Dex has been down for a while, and that's generally where I go for it. I'm sure there are better places for it, but I don't know them. Come on, Gooey Yui, be fast at something for your life. Get up and get to work. Get hauling. Maybe you can breed the female bull to create more monstrosities. Probably how your mystery cultivator got exiled up here with his spawn in the first place. Yeah, if I'm going to be playing with breeding like that, I'd be doing it with Abyssia, of course. Just out there. Phenomenal. Jeez, dictator streams are a mistake. Everyone's doing their foundation training. Some of them doing quite a bit of their foundation training. You've got a question mark on you. I don't know the significance of that. It's interesting that people have brought the foods in here. Actually, maybe these pears and things came from trees that we chopped down. Whatever the case, food seems to be anything but an issue. We seem to have plenty of it. There's going to be less and less of them over time, says Thaggy. Maybe. The points do pile up quite fast, especially after you see how the votes go. Not the votes, the other things, the predictions. Okay, do we have the timber yet? Oh, we've got 9 timber there, so you should be able to build up this thing and we can get stone working. Now, old box. Oh, we can search boxes. Might be lots of useful stuff in there that passed me by completely. Get better at weekly one-shots, Jake. That's not going to impact on the spread of the points, I'm afraid. And there's going to be a whole lot more points floating around after not tomorrow, Sunday's weekly one-shot. Probably going to be a very, very long one. But I've wanted to do a long stream for a while. Okay, it's just iron ore. What I can do with that, I don't know. But what we can do here is produce stones. Brown stones. Well, I'm going to need stones if I want to produce... Hang on. Brownstone block? It just does this stuff. But probably a good bit more efficiently. There we go, I get 4 out of that. But I need stone blocks to make these tools. This is the problem. Not enough timber being produced here. Alright, well we haven't done any mining, so let's change that. Let's mine these out. Get full dungeon keeper on here. With your bare bloody hands! I guess mine is possible using one's hands. This hurts. I'm not convinced it is. But maybe with enough foundation training, this is just how it goes. Gooey Yui was in a good mood because of obsessed with work, and couldn't help but hum happily to themselves while building the wood wall. Well, I'm very happy for you. Someone has to be. Strengthens their character. I'm not sure if mining out rocks with your fists are really going to make you stronger. In fact, I would dare say it'll go a long way to making you significantly weaker.
You have constructed a room. In a room, temperature, attractiveness, and other attributes will be taken into account. Additionally, the room's layout, quality, etc. are also evaluated. You can click on the floor of a room to inspect the room itself.
Yeah, maybe these guys are just way beyond my research and actually know things like legions of steel and weapons of sharpness that's applying to their fists. So this is nice, don't need to bother with roofs at all, it seems. It's a staggering, blistering 1 degree Celsius indoors. Just plenty warm enough. Bare-boned, empty, and devastated. Alright, we got any blocks just lying around here now? Yeah, here's our brownstone blocks. So, let us produce some tools. I want a couple of axes, a couple of pickaxes, and a couple of farming tools, and a bow. I'm sure someone will get on that. I know you're not great at it, but go and equip an axe might help you out. Wood pickaxe, raw material timber. I'm sure it's fine. Could someone dictate or Dyson sphere program if they choose? It's very unlikely that anything is going to be denied as a dictator stream. In fact, off the top of my head, I struggle to think of anything that I would say no to. I mean, the clue's in the name there. Dictator. What's the point in being dictator if someone else can just say, nah, not that? I think the only thing I'd say no to is if I can't stream it. Like, say, I don't know, an Xbox One game. Or what's the latest Xbox? I don't know. But something I don't have or cannot otherwise stream. The no early access rule is my rule, it's not other people's rule. That means if you're a dictator, you could throw in an early access title. It was already done before. Somebody Patreoned in Teardown, which was an early access game. It was also a very good early access game. I'm looking forward to its full release. I wonder if we could attack you. Oh, I can. There's a consult button. What could it mean? So we're just going and groveling at his feet. I feel a sense of relief, seeing you're on the right track. I'll continue providing my protection. A while. Okay, thanks. What's not operating here? Do I need something for a bow that I don't have? Possibly no, there's timber right there. Yui's still complaining about being hurt, but... Wait, no, they're not. They're very healthy. Oh, they're in pain? No, they're not in pain. 0% pain. What are you talking about? Heavens only knows what you're talking about. Very healthy. Okay. Well, I want them to get hunting down everything around here. I wonder if the bow needs arrows or if it just works as is. That was something that probably tears away a bit of the suspension of disbelief in RimWorld, is that guns have infinite ammo, bows have infinite arrows. But I don't think the game should be about managing ammunition on all your people, so it's definitely for the better that it's not there. And if you really think it should be there, that's why we have oodles of mods for the game. You know, despite some very negative feelings about this coming into the game, I'm willing to drop the very from that phrase. Game seems fine. It's just, why would you play this when you have RimWorld? And perhaps there's a good answer for that as we go along. But right now I'm just seeing a less pleasurable to play RimWorld. Okay, I want you to go and hunt something. Some big game. What do we have out there that's worth killing? Sadly, everything worth killing seems to have gone away. Oh, and everyone's going to sleep. Well, Gooey Yui is very slowly going to sleep. Imagine that. You enter your home and it takes you 10, 20, 30, 40... Oh, he's not even going to bed. Oh, he was doing something there. About an hour and a half to get to your bed from entering your home. Slow is pain. Alright, we haven't built anything for a wee while. What can we build? A storage area? Sure, why not? Go store
You have
things.
selected an area of storage. The characters will store items here. You can configure the filter to select the type of item stored.
I remember it took me a fair while to figure out the nuances of storing things in RimWorld. But I'm sure that'll be okay. What else can we build? A field? Characters will plant crops here. Do we even have anything to plant? I don't know, but we'll make a modest 5x5 field
You
right
have
there.
selected a field. Now you can select the crop to be planted in this field. Different plants have different soil requirements, such as temperature, lighting, etc. Pay attention to the plant's different needs and try to make sure that the plants have optimal growing conditions.
Okay, what do we feel like growing here? Let's try not to be too racist and go straight for rice. Well, we can't even do rice, because we'd need a paddy for that. Or I'm not seeing it here. These options do not strike me as terrific. Who needs food? Just grow cotton. King for cash. It's one thing I really like about RimWorld. You can just focus on cash crops. Dandelions. So there's aesthetic stuff. Grass, probably for husbandry. Fruit is edible and has incredible healing abilities. That sounds too good to be true. Cotton! There we go. Get growing my cotton. There must be a way to tell them to just... Ah, there we go. Loop endlessly. Create all the brownstone rock there is. Holy Crivens, you were there like a lightning bolt. They begin to talk to themselves. Loop that endlessly. Oh, yeah. Swing that axe around outside and absorb the heavenly powers that your foundation will grow. You know, Kronos, from now on, this is just what I imagine you do every morning. For hours. Swinging at each other. Anyway, we've got any big game to go and kill yet. Oh, where was that bull? Maybe if I explore a bit more of the fog of war, we'll get a better idea of where all the bulls are. Ah, this is probably your kind of thing. You struck me as the diggy type. Ooh, takes a while to plant a plant. Takes a long while. Maybe that's a cotton thing. Perhaps it's so valuable that it takes a long time to bring down. Oh, there's the bull. Tell me about bulls. Female bull, we are very progressive with... yeah, okay, sure. You know this bull list... Okay, this was an interesting thing, but as expected, it can be used for a lot of crap as well. Female bull is a cow. Yeah, perhaps that's what they mean. That's quite funny. At least I have my eyes on it. So once you're done with the back-breaking toil of growing my cotton, I'll have you go and risk your life taking out the female bull, which has a ring on its nose, so it must have been somewhat domesticated at some point. And yet our only option is to hunt it down. I'd like to make the indoors here a bit nicer for everyone, but my options are... Wait, I can make an oil lamp out of timber? Do people like these? Shines at night, illuminates its surroundings. Okay, but I'm more interested in what makes things look nice. Oh, we can have a game of tic-tac-toe on the ground. I didn't know that the Chinese invented tic-tac-toe, but they did invent a lot of things, so I'll believe it. Game is unbalanced, though. There needs to be some kind of post-release patch for it. You know, they patched chess. Can't they patch this? Is he ever going to notice the explore button? Probably not. Hey, I see an explore button. I wonder what we can do with that. Do it Majesty style, except I'm not paying them. How are things in Three Kingdoms RimWorld, says TBW. That's fine. And that's the problem. It is fine. it's just Chinese RimWorld so far. Maybe there are more nuances that we'll come across later on, what with this magic and feng shui and elements and all that, but really, that's all stuff that I'm quite confident exists one way or another in mods for RimWorld. The thing is, in RimWorld I can turn off the furry and scaly mods. How is a snake so fast? Shikai, tell me your secrets. A snake Yao guy here. Shikai's original body is that of a snake demon, very perceptive, fiercely swift, has poor hearing, sensitive taste, afraid of fire. In ancient times, cultivators of snake Yao Guai tried to shapeshift their bodies into dragons, ended up getting prosecuted by the dragon race and almost went extinct. Therefore, they did not leave much of a secret technique of body refining behind. Pyrophobia. Cannot do fire related. Oh my days, what do we have here? Day 111, year 228 of the Shang Kang era. Through the rationality obtained from watching Dress. Bit too lewd for this stream. Race of survivors. In ancient times, cultivators of snake people. Da 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 da. High levels of perception. Good for you. But how are you so fast? Look at you. Almost gooey you. He just takes a leisurely stroll. It's like Fry after he drank those 300 cups of coffee. Can I make you larger? Perhaps not. What's with the timber? One pile's 24, the other is 3. Maybe there's a stacking limit? Probably. What did Gooey Yui do? He strolled there, now strolling back. So very slowly. Taking materials to work. Okay, you're doing the exploration that I asked you to. I could think of somebody who'd be better suited for jings you guys can't see very well. It's difficult. Scottish people, more so than many other people, are fiercely racist. And I like to think that, aside from the Dutch, and the Irish, and the Swedes, and the Turks, I generally don't let that come to light so much on my stream. But it's in the blood. And I gotta say, I'm having to bite my tongue pretty hard for this. Sorry, Jake, I think that may just be you. No, Young. Search your bloodlines, you know it to be true. Or could it be the first of many admissions that you're not actually Scottish, Dark Young? What about the Ukrainian concrete? I think it's racist to acknowledge superior deals that you can get on concrete. Not so happy with this guy skimping on his rice, his cotton planting duties. Growth rate very low. Oh, right, unsuitable temperature for growing cotton. I'm sure it'll warm up. Spring day, yeah, it should warm up. We'll come closer to summer. Be nice and warm. Ooh, hey, this is pretty. Man. Don't know what they smeared on the grass to make it so pretty and light like that, but I'm liking it. Year 246 of what? Don't know. Right, perhaps the lack of water is going to start killing my people soon. I should consider building us up a water vat? Storing and cleansing water could be very convenient to have somewhere that requires frequent usage of water. No, I want a well. A brown block well? Why not? I got loads of brown blocks. Can I just have a well indoors? That seems uncivilized. Let's put the well out here. I remember when I thought Jake was prejudiced when he started talking about all the horrible things he thought of Brazil, then he clarified it was because of someone you know who lived in Rio, and I was like, yeah, that checks out. Rio is the worst. Maybe if I ever went to Rio, I would reassess my idea that San Francisco was the worst place in the world. But I have never been to Rio, I've never been to Brazil, I've never been to South America. And maybe I won't change any of those things in my life. There we go. I knew Dark Young would come around. Every time I think of Brazil, I get a chuckle from the 2014 Brazil versus Germany game. Was it really 7 years ago? Oh man, I do not follow anything about football, but the Holocaust was something that I just felt resonate within me as something to enjoy. I had to look at Cheng's. A goal for every year. Oh yeah, Crevens, I remember. Those, what are they called? Vuvuzelas? Yeesh. Someone is still mad that Brazil knocked out Scotland in World Cup 98. We never lost to Brazil in World Cup 98. Was that the game? We should have another football game on the stream at some point because that was terrific. Had no right to be as good as it was, but it was good. Okay, female bull, I have a feeling this is going to go very badly for us, but you must die. It is the cycle of life, you see. Going to target area. How very nice of you. Not really sure I like the morning exercises that everybody's doing all the time, but if they gotta do it, they gotta do it. Oh, 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 it doesn't look very happy. In fact, it's in a trance and probably about to kill you. What? Good heavens. Are you some kind of master hunter or something? You tore it to shreds. Let's see. I don't know how I would see how good you are at these kinds of things. But I can't deny that you tore through it. Stats. Oh god, what order is this? Also, what are you doing? Alright, we got a close-up of him kissing his foe. Probably some sort of show respect to that you fell kind of thing. Alpha is now thinking, I shall now buy your game. Okay. Tell me about fighting. Not firefighting, but your ability to kill things. Nope. Oh well, I'll just accept the fact that you destroyed that bull. Oh, James. 109 meats there. And some hide. Maybe I can make something out of that with my handicraft station. How do I rotate anyway? It's not control scroll, it's not alt scroll, shift scroll, Q. Sometimes it's page up and page down. It is also not. Tab? No. Ah, R to rotate. My god. I've clearly been... how did I not think of R? I went for Q and O, but no, not R. Been jaded by all the games that want me to otate and quotate. Well, over halfway through this, and despite incredibly negative feelings coming into it, this is pretty okay. I just don't have much more to say than that, because it's just RimWorld but China. And furries. Which is always a detractor, but not nearly as much of a detractor as that tutorial. Oh, crivens, it was rough around the edges, if it even had edges. I just have to say, it's easy to misjudge this game when you skip the tutorials and show you how it's not RimWorld. I did the one tutorial and it left me not wanting to do any other ones. But maybe I'm not the target audience for this kind of game. Is this game big in China? Is this game big anywhere in particular? Can you kill the turtle and replace him with someone who's not awful and make turtle soup? I wonder about that. Do we have much bio on you, Gooey Yui? Rationality obtained from watching play. Angry realization of wind. What? Wind is fast and you are slow. Not sure what to make of any of this. Oh, I played like the earliest of earliest tutorials. There are a lot of tutorials in this. And I didn't really think it was... probably 2 hours wouldn't even get us through all of them, so I'd rather just jump in. Do you have any hot takes on the new China-based Stronghold? Well, I watched Baron play it a bit. I saw a rice field burn down. I then questioned how a rice field burns down. But in general, I don't have anything to say about it. You seem to have gotten used to life around here, although it's not as reassuring as when you were still in the old sect life. Here is still self-sufficient enough. Why can't this also be a form of cultivation? This is a new home amidst all the chaos and unrest. Will be a nice beginning as well. Everyone's full of hope. Furniture, workstations, nice. Can I make some decent clothes for my people then? Ooh, I can make umbrellas. Why would I want umbrellas? Could I make some dice? Yeah, I could make some iron dice. I want some iron dice. Handkerchiefs, farming tools, acupuncture. Oh, we're getting into acupuncture now. What are we making it out of it? Also make it out of iron ore. We have that floating around probably. We'll get the big turtle guy to lie down face down and then have the ogre apply acupuncture through the shell. Should probably grow some tea before the British come. I think we have a few years on the clock there. Who could tell some facts about year 246 China? Because I can't. Our people have something to play around with. I'm not sure they want to play tic-tac-toe all day. Dressing table. Elements. Double I wonder how they even play with dice. Well, I've got these dice. Let's check them out. Adds a +4 mood, but slows down work slightly. That sounds awful. Son dados para probar suerte y apostar gente muy buenos Twitch TV. Evie Salutu. Okay. I don't know if saying that has put me on some kind of watch list or not, but it seemed amusing. This was the year of the birth of Cao Huan, Emperor of Cao Wei, one of the three kingdoms. Exploration consumes a lot of energy. When you just start, it's a good idea to explore in moderation. Oh, well, turtles. Somebody demanded turtle soup. Thanks for complimenting my Chinese prowess there. Okay, sweet. We've got all of our cotton ready to go. It can barely grow because it's so cold. But the growth rate's going up as the temperature becomes slightly less terrible. Right, so how do I see health in that? Ah, right, there was a bar here that's their health. And that applies to most things because I saw it go down for punching trees as well. male frog, but there's no Kina here to go and grab it. Need 99 of them, so that frog drop does all the damage. Can't remember how. I swore it was this one. Scroll of Taiwu has been stupidly popular as well. I know that I do not know what people are talking about in chat today. Which isn't that unusual, but still. What's with the acupuncture? Yes, sometimes inner disciples will treat injured disciples. It just doesn't show their medical stat, which is kind of dumb. Okay. An acupuncture set that can improve the quality and success rate. Wait, it's used for healing? I thought acupuncture was one of those absolute faux medicine things. People just do it because it feels good. Maybe someone should draw some water. I feel like water is not something we have a ton of anymore. Wow, that's a lot of water. How very handy. It is fake medicine, Jake. That's why they use it for healing. Uh-huh. Demolish floor. I still can't make some nice floors for these people. They're probably very unhappy. Let's just have a lantern here so this place doesn't get too dark and dreary. And it's probably a good idea to clear the ground while I'm at it. Just to make this just a far nicer place to be. While cutting down Dandelion, a great many thoughts and feelings began to fill Shikai's mind. What are you thinking? Apparently this is a huge room. Doesn't seem that big. Guess the housing market was pretty rough even in 246 China. Barebone, empty, devastated. Well, I'm trying to make it nicer, but I don't have many options. I can give you an oil lamp, a lantern, or another kind of lantern. Oh, a bird cage. People who keep birds and insects. Sure, let's have them squeaking at you right next to your beds. R2 rotate. There you go. No, I've not fed anyone any pills yet. In RimWorld, I used to not be big on drugging up my colonists in general, but I've come to really appreciate how good it is. Just get somebody absolutely stoned, while not on the smoke leaf. That doesn't work so well. Wait, go to bed if you're gonna sleep. Stuff like go juice and that, not for combat, although that can be useful. Just in general to make them work harder and faster. I found it really good for pumping out those great sculptors when I need a lot of value. Yeah, I'm not underestimating combat drugs anymore though, because losing people in a battle that you otherwise easily win is painful. I'm big on melee in the game as well, really come around on melee. See, melee hard counters people that shoot, but shooting does not hard counter melayers. Yeah, the new Subnautica came out of early access today, Facebook Smuggler. It was put on as one of the long play options. It lost. It lost to Railway Empire because the Germans were awake and the normal people were not. How's the game? The game's fine. It's not something that I'm filled with any desire to play more of because RimWorld exists. Why would I play Chinese RimWorld when I have RimWorld? Oh, a spark of inspiration. It is on the area in which plants can be grown while crafting. Suddenly, forge quality, and yeah, well, good for you. Why don't you eat a pill? Oh, can I tell you to eat the ore? Aww. Dang, thought we'd be onto something there. Okay, eat the forming pill and just see how absurdly fast you do get. Gooey Yui crippled. Gooey Yui died. What? I mean, sure, we're getting a turtle soup, but what the hell happened there? Did you do this? I don't understand. Okay, here we go. Gooey Yui was in a good mood because of the obsessed with work and couldn't help but hum happily. Gooey Yui was caught in a trance for some reason. Huh. What happened? Cause of death, palpitations led to the destruction of. Source, haunted what? You had a heart attack. Wait, no, you've lost your heart. Because our house is haunted? What the bloody hell? Okay, well, you know what? You're going to eat that turtle. What do you mean I can't grab it and eat it? Oh, because it's selecting the bed. Right, so what I need is an area for storing. And you are only allowed to have... How do I delete everything off of this? Oh my days, this is tough stuff. I'm not even sure if corpses are on this list. Maybe it's under rubbish. I wouldn't know. Let's just get rid of that. Okay, fair enough. We'll give you your burial, you weird turtle thing. At least this frees up a bit more bedding. Funny that a grave is under life. I know. We'll bury you next to the well, so that all the water we draw ends up being turtle soup. I said earlier that leaving places in darkness matters more for feng shui. I didn't expect it to really appear so quickly. Well, I was working on it. I'm trying to make myself an oil lamp. Actually, my builder is now dead. That was, grim. I thought the giant Chinese sentient turtles were a bit more durable than having a heart attack, because the place was a bit lacking in feng shui. Yeah, better watch out, Cronus. It'll come for you too. I bet it was this guy. He probably did it. You can click the red titles check mark to check or uncheck everything in that category. You can promote the guy that ate the pill. Dig a well as soon as possible. It wasn't that important. Alright, let's promote you to a thing. Alright, go for it. It requires a step-by-step process. Yeah, whatever. Do I have anybody that builds now? Gooey Yui was the only builder. Well, Shikai, you are the builder now. Having an epiphany. Someone among us has broken through. This one can suddenly feel a strong energy between heaven and earth. Good for you. Oh, could you please get to work? Or is this one of those you won't work things now that you are a cultivator? Oh. Oh dear. Well, you are doing everything. Especially sleeping. Oh, what's this? Mysterious cultivator's limit is almost over. His limit? Okay, so you're not cultivating. I have no idea what that means or does, but it sounds like you're too important for work. So the fat ogre fellow has to do everything. This poor disgusting corpse is probably not doing a lot of good things for the feng shui of the room, so how long until everybody else gets a heart attack? Well, you'll have to learn how to build better. I wonder if you... Oh, well, no, seems like you've got the tools you need at hand. Well, it's not that RimWorld doesn't have moments like that. You do have people that just get heart attacks, but it's generally from old age or pre-existing conditions, as memory serves. Okay, there's our grave. Time for you to... Wait, what? Can be accessed by any... Could we go and bury this one? Where does burying people go on the work radar here? Is it chef? Burying people. Okay, so we need to make this a big priority. Is there not an advanced view of this where we can set something to be maximum priority? Well, I can tell you to be a peon more than anything else. There we go. Off you go, Gooey. You were,
There is something wrong with the mood of one of your cultivators. Mood is an important stat to watch no matter what activity a character is involved in. You can adjust a character's mood in the character menu using the training mode options.
I'm sure I can.
When a character finishes foundation training, they become an inner disciple and can use establishment in the sect menu. Using the sect menu, the player can manage the sect, access sect data, and other operations.
Okay, so time for our sect. We're going to create our own school of this. Okay. Turtle Soup University. We live in seclusion here, trying to restart our cultivation. I think this whole idea of cultivation has been lost on me. What? Oh, we have a sect meal? Rules? Hey, this actually looks quite interesting. Makes me feel like I'm making a religion in CK3. Can have the law of luck. This is one of the basic probably the worst of them, but okay, fair enough. Away you trot.
For every character that has ascended, been kicked out of the sect, or died, what happens next to this character can be found in their character epilogue. After saving, you can see what happens next to these characters in epilogues in the main menu.
Well, now, let's have a quick save and see that before I forget, because I will forget. So if we go to menu, we can go epilogue, Gooey Yui. Reincarnated? Or are being reincarnated? I don't know. 24-year-old turtle, yeah? Apparently you were very intelligent and quite lucky, but not lucky enough. I don't get that. You just bang, you're dead from a heart attack in the middle of your sleep. And these are meant to be long-lived things, are they not? Okay, so after death, a wisp of the soul unknowingly fell into the netherworld, awaiting its next reincarnation. Jenks is a bit of a queue for that. Took 2 seasons. In his new life, Gooey Yui reincarnated into a girl who ended up in brothels and became a prostitute. That luck stat's really paying dividends here. Having lived the first half of lifespan in misery, she eventually committed suicide by throwing herself into a river, returning to the circle of reincarnation. In this new life, years later, Gooey Yui reincarnated into a family that was going downhill and ended up becoming a beggar on the street. Whipped on the head by a passing noble on a horse while begging one day, Gooey Yui is killed on the spot and re-entered the circle of reincarnation. Another 22 years on the waiting list. Next life reincarnated as a girl who ended up in brothels and became a prostitute. Having lived the first half of lifespan in misery, she eventually committed suicide by throwing herself into a river, returning to the cycle. After another 15 years on the waiting list, a new life reincarnated as a toad! One day, a martial arts master observed it while it was singing, drew inspiration, and invented a new form of martial art. Overjoyed with happiness, the martial artist used inner power to blow up huge waves onto the lake, killing the toad. Another year on the waiting list. Due to some serious misfortune, Gooey Yui came across the renovation project of the ghost city, which only occurs once a millennia. Got drafted as an indentured labourer, eventually set free. It's been more than 100 years. In the new life, they reincarnated in a family that was going downhill. They ended up being a beggar. They were whipped on the head by a passing noble. They were killed on the spot and re-entered the waiting list of reincarnation. Having accumulated too many crimes in previous reincarnations, Gooey Yui was thrown into the bronze pillar of hell and endured 100 years of brutal torture. Okay, but, back to it. In a new reincarnation, Gooey Yui was killed by an evil cultivator and turned into a malicious ghost. After the evil cultivator was killed, Gooey Yui escaped and wandered around harming people for more than 10 years until it was dispelled by a master of magic, and then it entered the waiting list of reincarnation yet again. In this new life, Gooey Yui reincarnated as a royal princess. She married the Chancellor of the Imperial Court, lived a life of fortune and power, and passed away peacefully. Back to the pool you go. Captured by an evil cultivator at the last minute, Gooey Yui was infused into an artifact to boost its power. It was not until the artifact was destroyed decades later that they were finally able to enter the waiting list once again. In the new life, Gooey Yui reincarnated as a tortoise, living more than 500 years of ordinary life before eventually passing away. In the new life, they reincarnated as the son of a poor peasant, became seriously ill at a very young age. Not having enough money for medicines or doctors, the child died prematurely and entered the cycle of reincarnation again. In this new life, Gooey Yui reincarnated as a female bull and was milked for its entire life and eventually slaughtered for meat after having grown old. Enters the queue again. In this new life, Gooey Yui reincarnated into an intellectual. Hey. But due to an inadequacy of talents, they failed to pass the Imperial exam in the entire lifetime and died in depression, thus re-entering the cycle. In this new life, they're a tortoise, 500 years of ordinary life. In this new life, Gooey reincarnated into a family of ordinary peasants and was chosen by an immortal to become an immortal child atop the mountain. However, not everyone is with immortal destiny. Gooey Yui was expelled due to having made some mistakes and lived the remaining years in regret. In this new life, they reincarnated in a family that was going downhill and ended up becoming a beggar on the street. Whipped on the head by a passing noble on a horse while begging one day, Gooey was killed on the spot and re-entered the cycle of reincarnation. In this new life, they reincarnated as a royal princess who was sent to marry a barbarian leader beyond the borders to achieve peace. She lived in sadness and died at a relatively young age, re-entering the cycle of reincarnation. By the arrangement of fortune, Gooey was chosen by the Netherworld to become a ghost messenger. So in a way, Gooey broke free of the cycle of reincarnation. You know, after like 1200 years of being whipped in the head by nobles, tortured in the Bronze Pillar, and committing suicide due to the depressing lifestyle of Chinese prostitution, I don't think Gooey was really manifesting that luck stat all that well, do you? Remember that in reincarnation the goal is to escape the cycle as existence sucks. Well, obviously for Gooey. Some people have good existences, but not all gooey. Okay, let's get back to burying that fermenting turtle soup. Luck runs both ways. Yes, high luck stat doesn't necessarily mean good luck. It just means that the unlikely is more likely to... What the hell is this? What's happening to our cotton? It appears to be caught in some phantasmal whirlwind. It's the jinxed perk from Fallout. Oh man, I am pretty happy with how unhappy all the YouTube scrubs are at that Fallout run. I mean, I obviously wasn't very happy with it, but knowing that other people are unhappy makes me that bit happier. Alright, this place is still bare-boned, empty, and devastated. Now, I'd love to improve the feng shui, but oh, well, we suddenly have a lot more things. They're all lights. Floral lamp, lamp post, lamp, lantern, floral lamp. Oh, because there are subtabs. We can have our own cauldron, or a censer, or a vase. A brown blocky vase thing, there we go. And a folding screen for all that privacy we're going to need. There we go. Poor you, the only one having to do anything around here. So there must be new things I can do with your cultivation abilities. Select an inner disciple with golden core state for a mentor. No. Draw a talisman. Oh, but we need talisman paper. I'm sure I had that somewhere. Yeah, there's some talisman paper.
Talismans have strong effects. Talismans that have already been prepared can be equipped by characters to alter their stats. As you progress through the game, you will come across new designs. All you have to do is have a character inspect a design to unlock the talisman.
Poor Lassie sounds like she's stifling laughter when she delivers these lines, and someone really needs to get her a pop filter. Okay, well, let's draw ourselves a talisman. Ooh, gets all bloody and stuff. Interesting. If only I was any good at drawing, we could do something here. But I ain't, so... There you go, make something out of that. Multiple talisman drawing. Just the one, thanks. I smell treble. That's pretty clever, I can play too. Okay, we've got ourselves a talisman paper thing. Wait, where'd the talisman go? The one that you actually made. Here we go, talisman. What do you do? Penis talisman creates alchemy boost talisman. The things you learn here. I gave all of my outer disciples a talisman. The talisman for... Yeah, okay, great. Well... What do we know about it? I don't know, but you's having a hard life, so you go and equip it. The tooltip says what the one you draw does. Base artifact crafting success rate plus 0.36%. Huh. I don't think it's going to do much for us. Could you get out of my bed? Who allowed this guy to have a nice bed? Legendary artifact right there. You know what? I've not pressed this button. Maybe it's just a reminder. Fire begets earth and overcomes metal. Good for what the hell is up with this? It's getting bigger and scarier. Is there anything else you can do? Equip, eat, craft. Looks like a doo-doo. Alchemy, mentoring, bothing, working. Alright, yeah, maybe you should get back to doing everything. The door is ascending. Now, I wonder if this is Gooey's doing. What layer of prostitution hell are you in right now? It is getting bigger, isn't it? Yui's hurt? No, you're fine, right? Very healthy, even. Shikai is mentally unstable. So... You're looking at the... Wait, it says you're sleeping? No, you're shaping. Key shaping. Just do what you got. Oh, it's probably because your mood is beyond gash. Weapon needed. Wait, you need a weapon? I need a weapon to protect myself. How can On proceed down the law to immortality without an artifact? Awkward cohabitation. Mysterious Cultivator and I really aren't even able to be conducting practice in the same room. Well, they'll sort off soon enough. Someone died. At least they're not too fussed about that in this game. What's all this about? The 16 Supreme Steps, Bounded Heavens, Inspiration, Empty Stomach. Stable enough. Inspiration.
You have opened the Inspiration menu. You can plan and increase characters' abilities in this menu. Increasing characters' abilities requires the consumption of experience. The more powerful the ability of a character is, the higher the attainment, and thus the higher the amount of experience required will be. XP primarily comes from daily training, or it may be obtained while on adventures.
Well, yeah, get yourself some Mindful Springs. Giving you extra attainment. Your element's low, your law's low, you're not very cozy, you don't like the season, your mood's pretty low, but your chi is so good. Living with a peasant is 4 times worse than having a mate die in a bed next to... Oh, good lord! We have a situation here. You? There's a fire. I think. Well, if you really want something to protect yourself with, there's a spear for you. There we go. Don't you feel so powerful now? 2 down, 1 to go. No, the mysterious cultivator was never one with us. Oh, they're not dead, but they're dying. Damaged meridians? That's not a real thing. Shattered soul, more damaged meridians. Abdominal palpitations killed someone off before. Titleless. Foundation destroyed. Heavenly tribulations vicious. It looks like there's no hope of ascension now. Strong stomach there. Ooh, I can search his body. Eastern God punishing mushroom 1. Uh-huh. It's a pathway of life energy in the body, basically. There's only one pathway I'm interested in. My hand, his pockets. What have we got? Yeah, it's fabric. It's cold-resistant talisman. Hey, you said you wanted one of those talisman things, right? Well, there you go. Anguished soul gem, longevity, tattoo. No, Taui toy secret law. You said your law was down as well, right? Here's some law for you. Well, quit with the cultivating, get with the books of law. Terrible clothing. Do I not have any better clothing than this? Well, if you stop doing all of that, we can give you the old guy's clothing, which is probably better than yours. There you go. How do you feel about that? Living without her disciples. They're more of a distraction. I hope to move out of this living situation soon. Just so desolate. Was this game in early access for a while or not? It's certainly something I heard of some months back, but never looked into at all. But it's got a lot of hallmarks, especially UI-wise, that make me feel like this one was in early access. And perhaps maybe not for long enough. Forget key cultivation, just enter Yale, pass the Ohio bar exam. Yeah, but apparently not passing these exams makes you very unhappily re-entering the circle of reanimation. The UI issues are more of the translation to English, not fitting the UI thing. Maybe. Maybe. I think you can put a lot more info in a lot less space in Chinese. The people don't seem too fussed about eating without a table. It's not like RimWorld where people would far rather have each other die than eat without a table. I get kind of naffed off with that because you can have people eat standing next to a table but not actually going and grabbing a seat on it. Or even worse, they'll have a beer because they're getting a bit stressed out. But a beer, because it has nutrition, counts as food. So they drink their beer and go, I didn't drink this beer at a table. Now I'm angry. Yeah, RimWorld has some rough edges to it. The difference between this and RimWorld, though, is that I'm used to RimWorld. So I know how to work around the pains there. This I ain't used to. Ooh, sect things. You sensed a gentle and warm presence that stopped by your side for a while before it became weak and disappeared eventually as if it were never here. I hope it's the mysterious cultivator going away. Oh, he's dead. We can bury him. Gonna bury him in the well? No? Alright, well, this minging corpse can just stay there. Probably gonna bring us closer to God. What? Ooh, there's a training spot. A reward spot! After inner disciples return from adventures, they'll put the rewards here. Wooden dummy, sure. Let's have a dummy. You must really like that spear of yours. Does the mysterious cultivator have an epilogue? Now there is a good question. Let's save up, go back, and check. No, looks like it's only people from our own batch of disciples and such. Gooey, you had such a hard life. Reincarnated to a girl who ended up in brothels. On the plus side, they got to live for about 1200 years. Do they retain any memory when going into these new lives or not? Because if not, then it's no problem. A table with a Chinese zither on it can be played. What is a zither? Sounds like an instrument. Probably one they make out of cat whiskers or something. Go table. Yeah, all the things I could put in here to have fun with. A flag. There's no society without flags. Most who reincarnate must drink that before they can reincarnate, so you don't remember them. Must be a way to cheat that, though. Oh, there we go. Getting that foundation training in by punching a wooden dummy. I wonder if this thing has an actual health bar here. Focus. Oh, it just takes us to it. Maybe you made yours out of fire copper. Good for them. Cause scorch damage to people that practice on it. Every once in a while, Spirit goes through and manages to avoid drinking the soup of forgetfulness. Soup of... Is it turtle soup? We like turtle soup around here. I can't get over how long this meat can just lie around outside. Even if it is freezing out there, it's grim times that turtle meat. Maybe it just adds to the flavor. Like the Icelandics and their disgusting rotting shark meat. Given how freezing it is, it's grim times for those turtles. I'm sure they're fine. I mean, turtles have to survive winters anyway. Surely they've found a way. There we go, now we're talking. We've got our own flag. The wood trigrams flag. Operational. As if it wouldn't be operational. So somebody mentioned steels as a way to bring more people in. Where can we get ourselves a steel? A sect steel? Is it steel or stele or something like that? I don't know. And it's probably not important. But it's going in. Come on, you. Get back to being the only one that does anything around here. Shikai is too busy doing important thinking things. Stele, Jake. Stele? That sounds silly. I'll stick with steel. Okay, we've got Monolith. Its astral powers will surely help us. Can we even use this thing? Counts as watching boulders, a level 3 rationality thought for animals that you're trying to awaken. Something weird is going on. Is that you? Oh, you're tormenting birds with a stick. I can get behind that. Birds are monsters. Got access to the world map now. I do. That's a mini-map.
After establishment is finished, inner disciples can be dispatched to adventure using this menu.
While characters on an adventure, they may encounter a fortuitous adventure. May have various benefits to Hey, there's us, the Turtle Soup Uni School. Uni comes across as a bit redundant there. Well, off you trot then. Let's adventure over to there. What, only you can do it? Well, off you trot then. Reading? Who taught you how to read? What? Did you hop onto your spear? No, you manifested a spear out of your own thoughts, jumped on it, and are now flying away on it. At least you're doing some exploring for me. What in God's name? Oh, thank goodness, an actual cat around here. How can we bring the cat with us? I started a new game. I saw a really cute cat. I really wanted to tame it. I tried using the comment method of taming by attacking with a hunting bow and then feeding the cat. But then the mysterious cultivator saw that, got angry, and just yeeted a bowl of mushrooms. That is also his artifact at the cat, pulverizing its spine, downing it instantly. Goodbye, cat. You will be missed. Sorry to hear that, bodega. But not that sorry. So, what do you see in the world map, Shikai? I don't know, maybe time isn't passing there. Ah, there's the adventure. But it's ticking by awfully slowly. So the prologue tutorial did indicate that there's something resembling attacks that happen, so I guess you can't drag your heels forever. But this feels far less threatened and threatening than RimWorld does, except for spontaneous heart attacks in the middle of the night because of bad feng shui. Which is just madness. To make it a pet, you need to beat it up, then feed it. I have a suspicion that tornado was not random. There was a countdown for when our mysterious cultivator was going to leave at some point, and I suspect his method of leaving was being struck by lightning from a mysterious hurricane that just appeared over it. Well, it kind of grew over us. The random attacks can't happen until you establish your sect. Well, I would dare say that we are established here. Oh, sect rumor. There was a lot around that could be gathered. Well, get to it. Herb and wood. Cheers. Sea beasts and their whole sect joined 7 slaughtering sect in exchange for their shelter, strengthening 7 slaughtering sects' power. I don't normally have trouble saying these kinds of things, but ever since I joined the Retainers Guild, it's gotten a bit harder to speak. Well, good for them. They've summoned Sea King's court generally a waste of 55 water gems unless you know you're going to be playing for more than another 55 turns, because they do love to make gems. One time I had a whole bunch of them and they were just water gem making machines. Whilst being free and researching. Wait, were they free? Ooh, can't remember that now. Okay, how's that adventure doing? Oh, you're back already. What have you learned, Shikai? It's on the area in which plants may grow. Okay. Thanks for that. At least you're comfortable. Okay, right, that's enough of that. Holy moly. Right, I shouldn't even save here. Let's just get out of this. The game's okay. That's about all I can really say about it. No, I'm sure I can dig up a bit more. It really is Chinese furry RimWorld, with all of its own nuances that do look fairly deep in their own way, but it doesn't interest me. I'm not interested in this kind of East Asian mythology style things. I'd far rather just have my RimWorld, have people come along, kill them, skin them, turn them into hats and furniture, and then blast that furniture off to their sect to make them even happier with us, until cheesing them off again and the cycle continues. That's the real cycle that I'm looking for. Although, it's not without its tickling of my fancy that Gooey Yui had such a hard dozen or so lives. But after 1200 years of torture, they did break free of the cycle. Does that mean they just kind of ceased to exist? That doesn't sound very good. Well, actually, maybe after 1200 years of rampant prostitution and torture in the Bronze Pillar, ceasing to exist is probably a pretty great thing. But you forget about it between them, don't you? Oh well, Gooey Yui, you will be missed, but not by me. That wasn't quite as torturous as I thought it would be. Wasn't amazing though. I can't recommend this as long as RimWorld exists. Like, why would you play this when you can have some good old rimming fun? I do not know. It does give me a bit more of the tickle though. RimWorld will be back in the channel sooner or later. I can feel the itch for it building up, and this game has just reminded me how much I love playing that game. But there are so many things to be played. Well, it'll find its time soon enough. In any case, that's my streams for today. Sekiro's beaten, the next long play is going to be Railway Empire, and tomorrow there'll be Dominions 5 with the man who brought Dominions 5 to the channel himself, Scipio, fighting against 9 impossible AIs that have been designed by humans. Maybe they'll pack a punch, or maybe we'll just grind them into dust, who's to say. But we'll have that in about 14 hours. So, till then, cheers and cheerio.